bred of ancient freemen of Greece and Rome, who bravely stood 300 men and female. And then I prayed I yet might see our fetters rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. And from that time, through wildest woe, that hope has shone a far light, nor could love's brightest summer glow outshine that solemn starlight. It seemed to watch above my head, in forum, field and plain, its angel voice sang round my bed, a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. It whispered too that freedom, mark, and service high and holy would be profaned by feelings dark and passion vain or lowly. For freedom comes from God's right hand and needs a godly train, and righteous men must make our land a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. So as I grew from boy to man, I bent me to that bidding. The spirit of each selfish plan would cruel passion bidding. For thus I hope someday to aid. Oh, can such hope be vain, when my dear country shall be made a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again.
When Irishmen are proud and glad of the land where they were born. Some they say, and memories few of far-off distant days, when being just a lad like you, I joined the IRA. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Grammacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. From hills and farms the call to arms was heard by one and all, and from the glen came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. 'Twas long ago we faced the foe, the old brigade and me, but by by my side they fought and died that Ireland might be free. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Ramacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. And now, my boy, I've told you why on Easter morn I sigh. For I recall my comrades all of dark old days gone by. I think of men who fought in Glen with rifle and grenade. May heaven keep the men who sleep from the ranks of the old brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Ramacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade.
In Dublin City in 1913, the boss was boss and poor was slaves. The women working and the children hungry. Then on came Larkin like a mighty wave. The workmen cringed when the bossman thundered, and just 10 hours was his weekly chore. He asked for little and less was granted. Less getting little, he would ask for more. Then God sent Larkin, so dark and handsome, a mighty man with a mighty tongue. The voice of justice, the voice of labour, and he was gifted and he was young. And God sent Larkin in 1913, a mighty man with a mighty tongue. He raised the workers, he gave them courage. He was a leader, a worker's son. In the month of August, the bossman told us no union men for him could work. We stood by Larkin, we told the bossman we'd fight or die, but we would not shirk. 8 months we fought and 8 months we starved. We stood by Larkin through thick and thin. But foodless homes and the crying of children, they broke our hearts and we could not win. Then Larkin left us, we seemed defeated. The night was black for the working man. And on came Connolly with hope and counsel. His motto was that we'd rise again. In Dublin City in 1916, the English soldiers, they burned the town. They shelled the buildings, they shot our leaders. The harp was buried beneath the crown. They shot McDermott and Pearson Plunkett. They shot MacDonough and Clark the Brave. From Bleak Kilmaine and they took their bodies to Arbor Hill, to a quicklime grave. And last of all of our 7 heroes, I'll sing the praise of James Connolly. The voice of justice, the voice of freedom, who gave his life that men might be free.
A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland. The firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms and fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. God's curse on New England, you cruel-hearted monster. Your deeds, they would shame all the devils in hell. There are no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. The forecourts at Dublin, the English bombarded, the spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all the din rose the cry, no surrender. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel.
An old man whispered in my ear 'twas the saddest thing he knew, when Ireland's proudest son was shot at the age of 32. He held my hand, his eyes held tears, and my eyes filled up too with a powerful emotion for a man I never knew. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. 'Twas not behind the barricades, you fought the wanton fight. You beat the enemy at their game, you undermined their might. 'Twas in a crowded banquet hall, the old man, meek and mild, a simple man from off the land with the blue eyes of a child, brought a memory that an Irish gun shot down the rebel sun, and Ireland lost her laughing boy before his work was done. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. You knew the orange and the green would keep us yet apart, but the dream of Ireland one and free was the dream that filled your heart. And an old man in a banquet hall some 50 years gone by held a sadness that would never pass, in his blue eyes filled to cry with the memory that an Irish gun shot down the favourite son, and Ireland lost her laughing boy before his work was done. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. 'Twas not behind